Hello and welcome to tonight's video as we cover PSG Talon, next team in my 2024 Worlds preview. PSG are definitely the best minor region tournament at the minor region team at this tournament. It's without a doubt that, in my opinion, they are the reason why I don't count Esports World Cup in my international stats for these teams. Because personally, I think PSG, they proved at MSI they were better than the LCS 2 seed, and they should have been at EWC and not FlyQuest. So, in part due to that, is why I don't count that tournament as a tournament equivalent to MSI or Worlds, but as a more for fun event due to the fact that the best teams weren't there. You could argue, LCK and LPL would fill the top 8 teams in the world by themselves. So, really, you could say, well, why have any other teams there? But we know just for certain that PSG were better than FlyQuest, so they should have been there. Historically, PSG have been a great squad all the way back to Talon Esports and even before that, as other organizations. Great players. We have storied players here. Maple is in the conversation for one of the best minor region players of all time. Definitely in the conversation for best minor region mid of all time. I think that's almost his and only his as a title. PSG went to Worlds last year, didn't get out of play-ins, lost to BDS. Personally, that had a lot to do with the AD carry. Wako is nowhere near as good as Betty. Betty is much better. There's a reason why Betty has went and played on major region teams in the LPL, and Wako has had no sniff of a major region squad. There's a big difference between the two. So this team is much better. We saw that at MSI with their performance. Not only beating FlyQuest and getting to the main event, but also taking BLG to 5 games. And yes, BLG, you could say, played a little sloppy, but PSG are capable of punishing a team that good. And that's kind of the thing here with this team. This team is capable of punishing teams. They will beat teams that play sloppy. There are only probably a couple teams that can play sloppy and still beat them. So you're looking at situations where these 3 seeds, LCS and LEC, PSG are better than them. And PSG are better than probably GAM due to the experience in the carry roles. They're probably going to be better than Vikings, and hell, when they get to the main event, they're probably going to be better than a team like Fnatic, and they're going to be better than a team like FlyQuest once more. I just think that's the case. That's going to be the case. I think they could be even better than a D plus or a KT. Or, if Fear X go on some sort of run, Jesus Christ, they're way better than Fear X. But who knows? If Fear X are doing that, then, my thoughts, I guess, are going to have to completely change by then. And then, LPL wise, Weibo can play pretty sloppy as well. So PSG are capable of beating some teams at this event. Is it a likelihood? I'm not going to say that, but they're capable if they play poorly that PSG can beat them. So Ozzy in top lane, PCS. Playoff stats, 3 KDA, 7-8 CS per minute, 61 3 KP, more facilitator. Involved, 3 out of every 5 kills, 1.39 return on investment. We saw Evie in the same region a couple days ago with nearly 2 ROI. So Ozzy not carrying as hard as Evie. 20.7 damage share, nearly mimicked in the gold share, 20.8, 2.47 vision score per ward. 15 gold ahead, down 3 CS, 242 XP, so even at 15 minutes in the PCS. 4 solo kills, 5 champions, 10 games. He's 17-17 in his career internationally. 1.8 KDA, 55.1 KP, 7.4 CS per minute, 1.28 return on investment, which is damage divided by gold, and only 1 Worlds appearance last year in play-ins. Junjia, in the conversation for the best minor region jungler currently. Junjia looks excellent at every event. A very good player. A very good player indeed. 2.7 KDA, 6.8 CS per minute, 67.8 KP. Think about Elyoya yesterday at 5.3. He's spotting Junjia 15 CS lead every game at 15 minutes. Sorry, at 10 minutes. Even more shocking, right? You're spotting him, that lead. Which is Something to think about. 1.21 return on investment, 16% of the team's damage, 18% of the gold. 3.88 vision score per ward, which is the highest on the team. Very efficient. 61 gold, 4 CS, 89 XP, so even at 15 minutes relative to PCS numbers. 2 solo kills, 5 champions, 10 games. 17 and 16 internationally, 2.2 KDA, 71.6 KP, 5.8 CS per minute, and just over 1 damage over gold stat line. Worlds 2023 was his only Worlds appearance, out in play-ins. Maple has been around the block, played with TSM in the LCS, has played with Anyone's Legend and Suning and many others in the LPL. Very good player. Like I said in the conversation for best minor region player of all time, certainly in the conversation for his given role, he is probably the best mid outright. 4.9 KDA, 10 CS per minute, 66.6 KP. Once again, spotting leads, right? So against a player like Frescali, 12 CS at 10 minutes, and Maple's getting more involved than Frescali is. 1.83 return on investment, which leads the team. He deals the most damage relative to gold. 31% of the team's damage, in fact. Maple is the carry. 23.8 gold share, which leads the team. 2.91 vision score per ward. At 15 minutes, pretty much even, up 70 gold, but down 5 CS, 148 XP ahead. 3 solo kills, 4 champions played in 10 games. Internationally is 64 and 66 over his career. 3.1 KDA, 66.8 KP, 8.5 CS per minute, and 1.37 damage divided by gold. Worlds 2013 and 15 dropped out in quarters. Worlds 2016, 17, 18, and 21 out in groups, and last year out in play-ins. 80 carry Betty, a very good KDA player this past playoff, 7.9 KDA, 10 CS per minute, and nearly a 70 KP, which, looking at this, the bot lane duo is what makes this team go in terms of making things happen. 1.53 damage divided by gold, 26% of the team's damage, 23% of the gold. 3.32 vision score per ward. We're going to combine the bot lane duo together in terms of 15-minute diffies, but Betty is ahead of the opposing 80 carry over 700 gold, 11 CS, and 600 XP. 4 solo kills, 6 champions in 10 games, which does lead the team, most diverse champion pool this past playoffs. Internationally, he's 36 and 41. 3.3 KDA, 71.3 KP, 9 CS per minute, and 1.31 damage divided by gold. Went to Worlds 2017 and 18 out in group stage. Woody, support, he is the one that does make things go for this team. So I said bot lane, but it's more so Woody. 3 KDA, but an 80.8 KP. So, no one else is above 70. So, this team, the kills, Woody has something to do with it more than anyone else. 4 out of every 5 kills. I mean, Woody is, if you're seeing a kill at this tournament, Woody's probably making it happen. He's involved. So, he's probably roaming in getting things done. 0.64 damage divided by gold. Very low. One of the lower ones we'll see at this tournament. So very facilitator-oriented in that regard. He's not playing those high-damage supports that we see. He's playing more supportive champions. 1.93 vision score per ward. Up 350 gold, 1 CS, and 8 XP. So the bot lane duo, on average, is up about 1,060 gold, 12 CS, and 645 XP, which is a diffie. 5 champions, 10 games. Internationally, 17 and 16. Does struggle and die a lot. 1.8 KDA, 71.2 KP. Worlds 2023 out in play-ins. Corgi is the head coach. 23 and 26 over his career internationally. And last year was his only Worlds appearance as well. So this team is going to be competitive. I expect them to get out of play-ins and be a team that could take games off of the teams that play sloppy in the Swiss stage. If people want to cite this team relative to Mad and think about BDS last year, they haven't watched Wacko and Betty play enough to even make those comments. So they're going to be making them out of their ass. So just remember that they're talking out of their ass when they bring that up. Just to compare this team to last year's team is foolish. So that's a thing. Nevertheless, thank you for watching. If you like the video, like it. Subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube supporter, and hope to see you again tomorrow.